The good news is there is an episode 135 and it's on time. The bad news is I have a limited amount of time, so it's going to be a quick one. If you buy and sell vehicles for a profit or you want to, you're in the right place. This is the Flipping Genius podcast. Our number one goal is to help our listeners make more money. Every episode, we share information, ideas, and experiences of real-life car flippers. I'm Randy Lee. I'm the host of Flipping Genius. I've flipped cars most of my life. For over a dozen years now, I've been a licensed dealer. I am working to build the best podcast about successfully flipping cars for a consistent profit. Let's get to it, flippers. Hey, welcome to episode 135 of the Flipping Genius. This week, I have had a few things pressing on my time, and I think some of them will probably prove beneficial to all of you flippers. As I record this episode, it is September 6th, 2022, the day after Labor Day and a couple days after my birthday. So I've been enjoying a bit of holiday time and a little time with my bride and my family. And yes, I have an excuse for not being loaded up with info. However, and even better excuse is the one that is going to prove beneficial to those of you who are wise enough to listen to the end of this short episode. The deadline to get my taxes in to the IRS is pushing me to bump that prep to the top priority this week, and that has netted some solid information for me to share with all of you. Hey, I'm Randy Lee. I'm the host of the Flipping Genius. If I haven't introduced myself yet, I guess I already have, but I appreciate you listening in. For many years, I have used TurboTax to complete our taxes, and I do recommend their programs. This isn't an advertisement for them. I think we actually do have links on them at the resources page, but they really do help me keep on track. And with this work literally directly in front of me, right over there, today I have some things that I want to recommend to you. No matter where you're at on your flipping journey, on Facebook and on LinkedIn, I often refer to myself as a man with a plan and a clipboard, and both of those things are definitely true. If you are watching on the YouTube channel, you can see, reach back here, you can see my clipboard, and you've probably seen it before. And if you're not watching, you can hear my clipboard. There you go. And you've probably heard me talk about the clipboard and seen me talk about it, show it before. And if you're listening, you've listened in the past, you've probably heard me refer to it. I mean, sure, I use a smartphone and a tablet and a laptop and a desktop computer too. But this is old school. It keeps me on track and enables me to not only follow my plan and track my progress, but it gives me hard evidence and documentation to go about my business. And when it's tax time, there is nothing more crucial than having accurate records. So with this fresh on my mind, I want to remind you to keep solid records. However you document it, whether it's with a clipboard, a paper notebook, a newfangled computer system or something or other, or if you're like me and use a combination of all of the above, keep records of every penny that you invest in every vehicle, every penny you invest in your business, and every mile that you travel. And this is going to include all of these things. And I made a list just to refresh your mind in case you're not taking advantage of everything you can take advantage of and keeping track of everything that you can keep track of. It's going to include your insurance, your business insurance, your bonding. If you're a licensed agent, you've got to have insurance and bonding, depending on the state you're in. It's a major expense, but keep track of what you're spending on that. Your licenses. If you are in business for yourself, you typically have to have a business license, an insurance, or a dealer's license if you are a dealer. And what does that cost you? It varies different state to state, but make sure you keep records of that. Keep track of the parts that you're buying, of course, the labor that you're paying for, the fuel, all of your fuel, the fuel that you're putting into your vehicles, and the fuel you're putting in vehicles that you are repairing or attempting to repair. Keep track of your tools, your business cards, your all of your inventory costs. Very, very important. Make sure that you know what you paid for stuff. I think early on, I didn't keep track of everything, and sometimes I think I was reporting more income than I was actually making. And that doesn't make any sense at all. Business related conventions. If you're going to your annual state independent auto dealers convention, or other things like that, where you're trying to increase the value of your business, these things are usually tax deductible. Any gifts that you're providing customers, partners, suppliers, contractors, I've talked about that. That includes a pizza you drop off to your mechanics, and the donuts maybe you drop to maybe a beauty shop where they send business your way. Any gifts that you're spending, whatever that is. Could be Christmas gifts that you're giving out if you're inclined to do that. Something I do. Any advertising you do, whether it's online or hard copy advertising, and that's going to include those business flyers that you're manufacturing. It's going to include your website design, your online advertising. If you're paying anybody to do social media marketing, or even if you're doing it yourself and you're paying Facebook, keep track of all that type of thing. Transportation fees. This is huge. Not only the cost of operating your vehicles, but also if you're transporting vehicles from another state or another location to wherever you're transporting them, or even towing fees. Auction buying fees. That's a big one. If you are buying from auctions, that is a big part of what you're paying. Keep track of your miles, all of your miles, all the time. Make sure you're keeping accurate track of your miles. This is huge. Batteries that you're buying for your vehicles. Batteries you're buying for your own vehicles, but definitely the ones that you're buying for the ones that you're repairing. Wiper blades. Sometimes you'll forget the little things. Make sure you're tracking every single thing. Keep every receipt. I like to keep them all together with that particular vehicle. That's what I do. I recommend you do that too, but just make sure you keep them all. Paint, primer, Bondo, supplies, all of your supplies, and that includes cleaning supplies, everything that you're using in this process. Software, including tax prep software like TurboTax that I mentioned earlier. Training seminars, any training seminars you do in person, online, anything that you are doing, any investment you're making in your business that way, make sure you're keeping track of it. Periodicals, if you're subscribing to any periodical that is beneficial to your business, keep track of that, whatever the cost is. Auction selling fees. I mentioned auction buying fees. Definitely keep track of your selling fees too. Sometimes those are a little bit less, but it's still money. It's still money. And a lot of times it's just the same amount if you're on either side of that equation. Keep tracks of your meals as you travel and you work. You're going to find some of those meals are going to be tax deductible. Some at 100%, some at 50%. Make sure you keep track of that. All of your office supplies, everything from pens and paper to paper clips and files and everything. Just keep track of everything, man. Legal and accounting and any other professional fees. If you're hiring a lawyer to set your business up, if you're working with an accountant because you don't want to do the taxes yourself, they're going to tell you to do all this stuff, and then they'll take all your information and do it. I just choose to do it on my own, but make sure you're keeping track of that. Any business coaching that you're getting, whether it be from Flipping Genius or from any other organization that can help you, make sure you keep up track of any fees that you're paying along those lines. Any memberships that you're paying, any membership in a local associations, national associations, including the Independent Auto Dealers Association, I always recommend, including memberships, paid memberships in groups like Flipping Genius, or anything else that you're participating in, that are directly related to you and your business. Utilities that you're paying, depending on where you're working, just keep track of those utilities, because some of those may be deductible. Any lot rental that you're buying, whether you're a licensed dealer and you're renting a lot, or if you own the lot, the cost of that lot, or if you're just renting space, however, any cost that you have in the sale of that vehicle, make sure you keep track of it, including where it is parked. Real estate usage, as I said, whether it be a home office or a separate office, whether you own it or you're renting it, keep track of whatever that is. Any commissions that you're paying. If you're paying a commission to another individual to help you sell, if you are paying a wholesaler a commission, and any finder fees that you are paying. That's something that I do. Sometimes I receive too. Keep track of what you receive, because they're probably going to keep track of what they paid you, and you've got to claim that. Keep track of all this stuff. I probably am leaving out a few things, and hey, I know way back 10, 15 episodes, we had gentlemen on, Vic from Texas, Vic 45. Vic is a CPA, and he shared some of the things that he tracks and on that episode. So check Vic out too. And I'm sure a lot of you have some other things to add to this list. Feel free to send them in to flippingquestions@gmail.com, or share them on the Car Flipping Forum, or go to flippinggenius.com and send me a message through there. Love to have any other input that you have that can help me be more accurate and help me. I'll share whatever you send with everybody. I'm always learning too. I often say that you make your money when you spend it. I probably said that. This is 135th episode. I bet I've said it at least 135 times on the podcast. But it's very, very, very important that you keep accurate, legible, and accessible records when you do. Those are all really important. Make sure that you understand what you were writing down. So be legible and be accessible. Remember where you put them. So I wanted to be sure to share this with you and with everybody while it was fresh on my mind. The other thing that is fresh on my mind, with it being September, is, I'll tell you just in a second, because I got to squeeze this little message in, and I'll come back in 34 seconds, and I'm going to tell you what that other thing is. Hey, thanks for listening, and I want you to consider becoming a Flipping Team member. And when you do, we will share with you a startup kit that is valued at $250 or more. And each month, you'll get our Flipping Team Member Success Pack, which is also designed to help you make more money. Each and every month, you'll get more bonus material and other information because you're a Flipping Team member. Go to flippinggenius.com and click on the Flipping Team Member button to learn more. Okay, the other thing, it's September, right? So the other thing that's on my mind is college football. And my beloved Wisconsin Badgers kicked off their season. It's 2022. I never know when you're listening to the podcast. So I'm pretty sure this is the year we're going to win the national championship. So they kicked off the season with their first game, and they had a shutout victory of 38-0, and that just delights me. It has me grinning widely all week long. And my nephews, Sam and Josh, started their college careers off with a victory in their first collegiate game, and I am so delighted for them. I'm excited about something else too, and it's that all of this joy and passion that I have about the game of college football has got me weighing the possibility of kicking off another project. But I can't really tell you about it yet, but it's in the works, and I'll be happy to share it with you once we get it going. I think it's going to happen this week. I just got to kick myself into gear. This is a lot more fun if you watch the podcast, because you see me do things like I just did and slap myself in the head. Uh, hey, thanks for listening to the Flipping Genius. If you already subscribe, thank you so much. And if you do not, please do so wherever you are listening or watching. Flipping Genius is available pretty much wherever podcasts are heard, and we also have the YouTube channel. So if you're listening, keep in mind that you can watch, and if you're watching, keep in mind that you can listen. And every episode we make now is also broadcast on the Flipping Genius YouTube channel. So we're in both places there, also with video. And you can also go, and I would love for you to go to flippinggenius.com. That's FLIPPINGENIUS.com, just one G, and check out everything else that is Flipping Genius, including all of our other episodes, all of our videos, our resource page that offers you discounts on some great things, including the tools we talked about last week and the tools we're going to be talking about upcoming, because I'm negotiating some things for us right now. There should be some more stuff on there soon, and it's good stuff and good deals. Our car flipping forum, if you're not a member of that, you want to sign up. There's links to it there. All of our car Flipping Genius car selling groups are all available. And just once you're there, I hope that you enjoy it. If you got any suggestions, I'd love to hear them, but save our site as a favorite, and please tell every flipping one that you know to do the same immediately, if not sooner. Hey, if you have a question, a suggestion, an idea, a story, or anything else that you want to share with me and our audience, please send it to me to flippingquestions@gmail.com. That's flippingquestions@gmail.com, and we'll address it pronto. Well, right after I finish up, doing my taxes and getting them over to the folks at the IRS. But now we do respond as quickly as possible, and I look forward to hearing your input. Hey, let's work together. Let's make some money. Let's all become flipping geniuses.